Normal response. We're live.
Right.
Yeah.
No, normal responses are relative
Oh,
to anything.
jeez.
But yeah, it's like yeah. So I'm gonna be a little bit like kind of off today because, like I said, Jose started a new job. So now it's like he has normal hours like a normal person, which he hates already. He is not a normal. He is
And no
not a
one
morning
knows how to
person.
function.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, so it's like, I haven't woken up at 6 in the morning for like a while. Like I guess since 2013. So it's like, so
Well,
now
that's
that
okay. We'll just
2013,
ramble and bring it to the peoples
right?
like we normally do because we got
Yeah.
plenty to talk about.
Right. Oh my goodness. Because it's like yeah, so I'm a little off my game because now I have to readjust my entire schedule on this, because of this. So but I got a lot of work done.
Well, that's good.
So,
Listen, you ready? Wait.
absolutely not. But well,
I
but
can't.
you
Good morning,
need
everybody.
to
It's March 4th, 2024. This is the Rage Into the Vlogs, and we are going to be bringing you the latest in your comics news.
are we?
Yes. Well, okay. Your comics cons.
We are not, yeah, we are not CNN people.
You ready?
Yeah. Absolutely not. Definitely not, but hit it. Oh
Good
my
morning,
goodness.
Daphne.
Good morning. Oh my goodness. Good morning, everybody. What? This is Monday. Another Monday. Another
Yes,
Monday. Yeah.
Monday.
No, and now it's like, yeah, you know what? Today, just last week, we were just talking about why is it that as freelancers, essentially, Mondays is still very difficult for us. And yeah, you know what? Especially today, it's because we live in a society, and if everybody else gets to have Mondays, we have to have Mondays too. There's no escaping it. It will. Oh, well, yeah, well, speaking of that and speaking of good morning, so obviously we have Joseph, we have Will joining us in the chat.
Dan,
Who
we
else?
got
Yeah.
our eyeball people tuning in.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody hang tight because we got some shit for you today.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Don't
As you can
stay,
see,
don't
this time
stay.
around, it's Nita that's more awake than I am. So, oh yes, and I see you, my beautiful eyeball people, watching us from regions beyond. If you are joining us from Facebook, if you are joining us from LinkedIn, if you are joining us from Twitter, because I refuse to call it X, come on over to
Told you, don't even
YouTube.
call it X.
We call it the hairball. It's like, come on over to YouTube, join the sexy people in the chat. And while you're here, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified when any of our shows go live. I mean, trust me, on YouTube just seems to be the easiest way to chat with us. So yeah. And I'd like to, tell Rob Multari, I hope you get better. He caught the flu this weekend. He's not feeling well. So, but we wish our wolf daddy a quick, speedy recovery.
Wolf Daddy is, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I know.
I don't know.
He hates it when I call him that. But it's like, right. He's more, okay. Yeah. Okay. He's definitely a wolf dad. All right. So wolf dad, wolf dad, we hope you, we hope you have a speedy recovery.
No.
Oh my God. I've been hanging, you know what it is? I've been hanging too much around the fantasy romance people. That's what
Good morning,
it is.
Ryan.
Good morning. Oh, and to get this
Wonderful.
show on the road, you know. So, hello, everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and for especially today, this is appropriate.
If you only had one neck, I'd hack it through.
That's definitely going to be the theme of the episode today. And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which returns to Kickstarter soon. So thank you everybody who supported Eagle Raven issue 8, but we'll get that, but now the next campaign coming up is Tall Tales, which will return to Kickstarter very soon, probably in about a month or so, but you will definitely know when it goes live. So so I'm known for that. It's issues 1 through 5 of this fantasy furry adventure, with a brand new issue 6 of the new story arc Tears of the Mother. So keep an eye out for that. And also I am known for my medieval fantasy drama Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn. Thank you so much everybody who pledged to the campaign. I have to go through the paperwork today to actually make the final counts, but yeah, thank you everybody who supported the issue 8 campaign. Thank you so much, and look. So many campaigns, I can't keep track of it. Like I said, I'm very out of it today. I've been up since 6 in the morning. In the meantime, you can read both my comics online at eagleworks.com, EGOWORKS, and Tall Tales Online, TAILS online.com. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you more about it, here's Nita, who just who is surrounded by snakes.
Snakes everywhere. Woke up yesterday, there were snakes all over the place, and it was like, and then we went to a reptile convention.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So my name is Nita Lanning, and I own the Google account that runs the Indie Comics Network on YouTube, where we try to bring you daily comics centered stuff. We can't. It's not entertainment. It's not always
I don't know.
It's just
it depends on what you get out of it. Yeah,
Just
exactly. It depends. So today's a very special day, because today, for just to mix it up a bit, Nita, so you have a story to tell me.
Oh my god. Okay. So have you been following it at all?
Absolutely not. I do not follow. The title says it all.
Oh my god.
So this is all on you to tell me what's
But see, I don't want to talk about AI in the traditional sense that it's garbage and that it's lazy.
Well, that we know.
And all that. We already know that. We're not here to debate that. AI is bullshit.
Right.
But what's fucking nuts is Anna Jo, who is an amazing artist, noticed that Pensacon, a convention that was recently held in Florida, was using AI generated images for their main image of the convention, like the shit that's on the t-shirts, on fucking books, on it was on the banners, lanyards, whatever.
So there was
fucking Poseidon was plastered everywhere, right?
So they gave a lot of people the opportunity to study this piece,
right? Well, she posted, you guys claim to be friends of artists and whatever. You couldn't have found an artist to pay or whatever. They began denying accusations of it being AI art. Of course, they're like, oh, no, it's not AI. This artist Panda did it or whatever. And so when people were like, okay, well, let's see your work.
Right.
She says she's going to show it, but she hasn't yet. Okay. So other people started chiming in, hey, this is AI art you're using to promote your convention, whatever. They were getting upset. Whoever was running the social media was blocking people, removing comments, whatever. And nobody was really being volatile towards them. They were just like, what the fuck? Why can't you just admit it? All you have to do is say, I'm sorry or whatever.
Right. Or it's like, yeah, just outright say, yes, we use an AI.
Or just outright fucking say it, but whatever, they were like, no, we have a stance against, we have a certain stance. They the way they worded it was so peculiar. Like everything has been just like completely backwards with this whole thing. So anyway, so other people began to chime in or whatever. So then they decided to personally attack Anna, who was the initial person to question it. At least online that I know of. I mean, I'm sure other people did, because you can't look at this image and not be like, is this fucking AI? Because there's no, like, you run that shit through Hive and it comes back 99.9% trace to mid journey. Like, that is like the highest reading I've ever seen on anything. Like, I've never seen it come back that high.
Right.
Okay, so anyway, they decide to point their fingers and say Anna art is AI. And then they take a screenshot of a beautiful cover she did for the Prismatica campaign, I think it was. I can't. Anyway, so they took a screenshot of it and they showed them running it through an artificial art generator. But here's the problem with that. I have multiple AI generators, like not generators, the detection programs. Okay, one of them is Hive, which
using AI. You see, this is how you know we're not against AI, because we're more than
not against AI. I'm against the way AI is being used.
Yeah, exactly. We're more than happy to use AI to fight AI.
Absolutely. And so, like, they took the image, they ran it through, and then they took a picture, or so they supposedly ran it through and took a picture and posted it of her thing, supposedly saying it was AI. Well, Anna, being the ever vigilant artist that she is,
this
had, since she uses Clip Studio Paint, had the full, from beginning to end of the two covers they began making these accusations on.
Right.
Meanwhile, I'm running the shit through, even though I knew Anna's shit was running it through the different programs to see if I could get anything that would even put a blip towards AI. Could not. Every freaking program I used, it was 0%, 0%. Which, I mean, I knew. I've seen her work. Yeah. So then they start recanting. They're like, oh, well, they decided to throw their social media person under the bus after they threatened to sue Anna for defamation, for destroying the career of Panda, who, by the way, I decided to look up some shit on my own.
Right.
Started going through the different accounts and different names she's used on Instagram, Twitter, and whatnot, and you can literally find images, not just AI, never mind the fucking AI, let's put that aside for a minute. Digital art images.
Okay.
If you reverse search them, you can find the original artist, and she has removed their names and put her name over them.
Really? So she was literally she was stealing art the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned
way.
Into AI. And yeah, so I mean, this is just like absolutely insane. And it's like, these are the people. Okay, the thing that upsets me the most is not even the use of AI art.
Right.
Because that, we're going to see that. I don't like it. I won't promote it. I don't want it on my network or channel or whatever, but to each their fucking own. If you want to be skeevy, go ahead. Be skeevy. You want to be lazy.
A hack, be a hack.
Be a hack, but be a hack over there. The thing that pissed me off the most about this is this was a convention that says that they're for support of artists. Artists. Not AI fucking keyword jockeys, not generated machines.
Right.
Whatever. Then so it could have been overlooked. So say they didn't know it was AI. Say that these people who are exposed to art and comics all the fucking time just thought that this was just a drawn, amazing piece of art. With hundreds of hours. Meanwhile,
everybody
in it.
In the artist alley was like going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, like seriously, man.
Yeah.
It has just been a total fucking shit show. Then they come forth and they issue an apology, for sort of.
Oh, we're sorry.
Which is on my page. Which is on my page. Like, if you go to my Facebook profile, you can find their apology.
Like, and it's like, you know what?
It's circle talking. First, they throw their social media person under the bus. They
all of a sudden they didn't know anybody
apologizing for the lawsuits. they haven't unblocked. But here's the kicker: everybody who was standing up and being like, "Hey, this is wrong, motherfuckers! Hey, hey! So what if it's AI? All you had to do was admit it." But the way you're handling this is fucking insane.
All right.
Like everybody who stood up, they are like blocking, shutting down, deleting their comments.
So are they still doing that?
As far as I know, yeah, they blocked an artist, Christie Shinn, last night. Like,
so there's
yeah, they're still fucking going at it. And then they threw their social media person, whoever was working for the social media, under the bus. Oh, they were just upset. Like, no, bitch, this was your representative. You're gonna have to own up for what they said now. You can't just sweep this under the fucking rug.
Right.
If that's even true.
Uh-huh.
Like it's just, oh my God.
Because I saw the post where I guess the artist reposted, you know, like she says, "Oh, how cute, you're accusing me of being AI. Here's the here's my video of me making this piece." You know, I mean, it's like, what's really funny is that how it was just really funny, like the supposed panda person completely disappeared. But she's right. You can still find her profile. But the artist that they accused was just like, "Oh, how cute. Here's my process. Go eat my process." You know, it's like, you know, I mean, like Mark Twain had I'm pretty sure it was Mark Twain that he says, I hate lying. No, it's like, no. I always tell the truth because I hate remembering things.
Right.
You know, and it's just like Anna was just like, "Oh, yeah, you know, here's my process. Eat shit." You know,
then, then everybody's like demanding,
not being phased by the accusation.
Not at all. Approach total confidence, like a badass boss bitch.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But meanwhile, the other artist disappeared.
Well, at first she was saying that she would show her work. She wasn't able to access it or get to it or whatever.
Oh yeah,
sure. She'd show it in a week or whatever.
That old gag.
And then the shit just started.
My hard drive blew up. It's like,
who knows?
You know, it's like, I got sick. My grandfather died. You know, it's like all of a sudden it's just, you know, one list after another of something going wrong. That it's like, you know, it's funny that for people who are proud of AI, they sure don't want like admitting it.
That's just it.
That's
just it.
I mean, it's like every time
we know it's AI.
Every time you talk about AI, there's always these fucking goons and hacks in the comments going, "Oh, Luddites," and blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, fuck you. I can, you know, it's like, you know, let's see how good you are when the lights go out. You know, it's like, you know, yeah, I literally steal the old-fashioned way. No, that I have to admit that is funny. The fact that it turned out that she was an artistic plagiarist from the beginning,
right? Like there was stuff from the beginning, but the fact that they defended her, and then the con was talking about how Anna had ruined the reputation of the art, ruined Panda's reputation,
right?
And how they accidentally shared. The Pensacon accidentally shared, or someone on their social media team accidentally shared art that Panda had just liked. It wasn't hers, but they thought it was.
So then,
hers.
what the fuck did they print on the covers?
Bro, it just keeps on.
Right? Yeah, no, it doesn't. So, Paul, okay, I want to comment about that. I want to just really quickly comment to Paul though. You see, the problem that we have as creators, as artists, is not the technology itself. I actually resent this conversation. You know, yeah. I actually resent this conversation.
Yeah, she's mad at me for making this blog.
Because, not because of this, but just with AI in general. Because this was a tool we all could have easily jumped on.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like the potential of this tool for because we have a friend who's actually he's also an artist, and I've spoken about him before, where he's actually using a different a different AI. I don't know which one he's using, but it's closed source. It's a closed source one, and what he's doing is that he's feeding his own artwork into the AI. Trying to
closed source AI.
Oh, closed source AI, right? so that he can literally create a virtual assistant for himself while he's working. And it's like, that's a beautiful thing. I mean, to be able to use technology to enhance what we're doing. It's like, it's not, it's like, look, these goons like to say it's like, oh, it's the same thing as digital art. No, it's not, because I can draw on paper and I can draw on Clip Studio Paint. My technique really doesn't change. All Clip Studio Paint does is make it easier for me. It streamlines my process. But I still need to know how to fucking draw to do it. Right? So, but that's not what's
still all your art being
exactly
that will be coming out.
Right, exactly.
It's yours.
Right.
Period.
So the thing that I hate about this whole discussion is that everyone gets wrapped up in, but think of the potential. Think of the potential.
No, we know the potential. That's the problem.
That's the problem. That's why we're mad. The reality of the situation is this was a technology that was literally built from the ground up on the backs of thousands of artists and required these companies to literally break copyright law to do it. Copyright law is to protect us. Right. And these assholes decided it doesn't matter. Right? Which already shows you the respect that they have for us to begin with. And their intentions was to create a product that companies can use to literally replace us, while at the same time using our names as prompts. These are the same assholes that say you can't own a style. That's like, well, then how come you need to desperately use our names to create prompts? It's like, it's like, look, there's an entire dictionary of artistic terms, of general artistic terms that you can use as prompts without ever having
someone's name,
without having to mention somebody's name. But then that defeats the purpose of what these assholes want to do with this technology. They need our names. Our names are our styles. Our styles are our names. It's like, that's the difference between looking at an Arthur Adams or George Perez. All I'm saying is names, and every one of you motherfuckers in this audience knows exactly who I'm
big one in
about.
The fantasy groups is they love using in the style of Frazetta.
Frank Frazetta, Boris Vallejo. I mean, it's like, it's like if it was just about style, they wouldn't need our names.
Right.
But our names are the point. Our names are the value. That's what I resent about this whole AI discussion. And until that shit gets settled, it's like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about AI. I don't want to talk about the potential. I don't want to talk about,
not until the source is fixed.
Until the source is fucking fixed. I don't want to hear any fucking chuds telling me that I'm being a fucking Luddite. It's like, I'm going to smash your face in with my Wacom.
Jesus Christ. Don't break your tablet. You need that.
Yeah, I do actually. Well, actually, you know what? I don't, because I can just as easily.
Yeah, but you can draw.
I can just as easily work without it. I can lose power in my house right now and I can still work.
Right.
So, but that also reminds me of a trend that I've been seeing as well because of this. I've been seeing a trend of digital artists moving into traditional media.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Before it was the whole wave of traditional artists moving into digital, because it does streamline our process.
Right.
It streamlines a lot of things. It opens, it's like, look, I'd be a fool to say that if it wasn't for Clip Studio Paint, I wouldn't have done as much work as I did. It's like it's like, I just finished issue 11 the other day of Eagle Raven. If I know for a fact, if it wasn't for how Clip Studio Paint made it a lot easier for me to do these pages, not having to worry about physical media and, my,
for sure, because digital, it's still a tool.
It's still a tool.
It's the tool. It's the tool that helps speed up the process. It's the difference between going out in the yard and digging a fucking hole with my hands, or getting a fucking shovel like a normal person.
Right.
Now.
It's kind of, but it's, so it's like, it's just funny. Right. So it's funny to see how all of these digital artists are moving to traditional media just to prove that they can still draw. It.
Yes.
That they're still artists, whether they're using a tablet or not. And it's like, so it's like, it's the difference between it's like a tool. Oh, it's
did I mention this part? So this con that is so pro artist, right? And pro creator.
Right.
Okay. So they held an AI workshop. And the fucking best part,
what's funny is that it was for novelists. I saw that. It was for for novelists.
And they were trying to claim it as a tool. What's crazy is it looks like AI produced the fucking banner or the advertisement for it, because they even misspelled workshop in the fucking thing that went out for the entire convention. It was workshop.
Yeah. I mean, and that's funny.
But my whole point in wanting to talk about it, was because we've been screaming for the rooftops for months.
Yeah.
Okay, so what? You can prove so and so shit art is AI and whatever.
Right.
What happens when somebody points the finger at you?
Right.
You're an AI artist. You're just the same as me. What then?
No, I'm not.
Exactly.
No, I'm not.
But you can prove that. And why? Because you have a long ass fucking digital history. That was the main thing that I wanted to point out to these people is these artists, you have to protect yourself. You need to be saving your work.
Yeah.
Because when the motherfuckers come and the cons point their fingers at you saying, you're one of us, you can say, motherfucker, no, I'm not. Just like Anna did, and slap that shit down on the table in seconds. That is the importance of these YouTube draw streams. That is the importance of the saving programs on Clip Studio Paint.
Yeah.
It is the importance of recording yourself with an overhead cam when you're even doing traditional art.
Yeah.
Digital portfolios are essential for your own
nowadays.
Now.
Yeah, no, it's true, because even because this started like a couple years ago where like people were asking for digital portfolios. Like, okay, how do I know? It's like, I want to see process.
Right.
Like, and which is funny, because it's like the whole, I don't know. It's, I don't know. Maybe in a sense, this whole nonsense is a good thing because it made artists more secure in what they were doing. Mind you, it completely, it's like, look, this whole AI bullshit, yes, is it completely wrecking our industry? Absolutely. I am not saying, that it's like, look, we have a friend who worked in publishing and he has been seeing AI decimate his industry for the past like 10, 15 years. What we're seeing now is he's been seeing on the back end for the longest time.
Right.
And as a result, all he's been seeing on his end is his salary going lower, 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 and lower. And that's the intention for a lot of these companies for AI. So it's like, yeah, if you're out there, look, I've spoken about this before, that the only thing that we have in our favor is that we can out-human it.
Right.
And even though there are people who it's like, okay, like last night Jose was telling me how there was a guy at his previous job where he loved playing around with AI. He wasn't an artist. He just loved generate, and he was just constantly generating pictures, right?
Right.
And the thing is, though, and it's like, no, he's not, and the guy thought it was like a lot of fun and this, that, and the other thing. And I go, it's like, yeah, normal people, like the average person in the street, non-creative, they only see this as another tool, another toy to play with, right? No different than a stupid filter on Instagram and on your phone that gives you the cat ears or whatever the fuck. It's like, oh, this app filter, can change your face into a cartoon or something, which is ironic because that technology is being used to train face recognition technology. So you should stop using it for that reason, but, so all they see it is just another content generator. These people, they don't see artists. They don't see anything. They just see pretty pictures. It could be anything, right? But it's like, you know what? And it's like, yeah. And unfortunately, it's like what's been said over and over again. AI art will be accepted, not because it's good, but because it's serviceable. People really don't care. The average person really don't care about the wonky eyes and the wonky fingers and the 137 teeth and the patterns that don't match and the backgrounds
hairs that grow out of nowhere,
animals that it creates. They don't care. As long as it gives them that dopamine hit for like 30 seconds, they can move on to the next picture. It doesn't matter. And in the end, it's like, I really have to decide, well, you know what? I personally am not making art for these people because art is not what these people want. They just want content. They just want that hit and move on to the next, whatever piece of garbage pops up on their phones, so it's like, so if anything, this whole thing made a lot of artists really double down on being artists, and it's just really funny to see, not in a ha-ha kind of way, because it's like, digital artists moving into traditional media. It's like, that's really funny. It's like, it's like artists now, they put everything on, Instagram. They're doing reels of them painting, reels of them, showing the process, recording their process. Right. I know that, it's funny. I've yet to use that record process feature on Clip Studio.
It's automatic.
No, it's not. You have to turn it on.
Because I was told on Clip Studio Paint, it's the only one that you have to turn it off.
Really? Because
it should be automatic.
Because
if you go back, you can find it.
On Clip Studio, then I must have turned it off because it does use a lot of RAM. But the thing is, though, you know what? I'm not concerned. I am so confident in my work. I'm not concerned about anybody accusing me of AI because I got sketchbooks I can throw at them.
Right.
I got previous videos on YouTube showing me doing artwork from beginning to end. It's like, I've been doing this since fucking 92, before even Photoshop existed.
Right.
Eat shit.
Ah!
So, so it's like, so in the end, it's like, me personally, you see, because here's the funny thing, right? Me personally, I am not concerned about AI. I am not afraid of AI replacing me because there's nothing to replace.
Right.
I am not in the marketplace where I have to compete with bullshit like that. Fuck, right. I'm in the marketplace where I really don't have to compete with other artists. So I'm not really, so me personally, I'm not concerned about it. But I care too much about my fellow artists to be mad for them.
And thieves are going to thieve anyway.
Right, exactly.
Because
it's like, look, this Panda person.
This is Panda. Okay, if you look, this is from October 2013. Panda took this art from Kyle Wells' page, put it on her own. This is not, okay, so somebody could say, oh, well, this is a regular share or whatever. Okay, that's fine. But then explain this. Okay.
Oh, I know that. Oh, that's Brianna Garcia.
Yes.
All right.
But then look.
Oh, her name is right there.
Her name is removed, and Panda Cave Studios is replaced across the bottom. Now, I share other people's shit all the fucking time.
But What's funny?
Why did you erase the name
Right. Yeah.
Why did you put yours where theirs was?
Stealing artwork the old-fashioned way.
Like that's it. That's what I'm saying. Just and they are defending this shit down to they're bearing down.
Well, until they can't defend her anymore. They're not really defending her as much as they got busted. People are calling their bluff, right? And they're lashing out, making fools of themselves, right?
Right.
And now instead of just like, they're just doubling down on their stupidity. And it's like, honestly, if you're a creator, who's into doing conventions, I would never go to that convention again.
Never.
I wouldn't even consider it anymore. Because it's like, holy
let the
shit,
celebrities have it.
Yeah, let the celebrities have it. So yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, so it's like, that's Michael, heading to work, we'll catch the rest. Okay. Oh, and that's my Queen's accent. Yeah, when the Queen's accent comes out, I'm a little upset. But yeah, they erased the name for content farming. Yeah, because what it is that it became too apparent. It became too obvious that they were stealing people's artwork and feeding it into the machine, because the fucking AI itself would try to recreate signatures. How can you tell me you're not stealing artwork when your own shit is trying to create signatures?
Right.
So yeah, so it's like, yeah, so now it's like they're trying to, yeah, I mean, that's the problem I have with AI. Not the fact of what it could potentially do, but like I said, until the foundation of this shit is settled, yeah, it's like, I'm not going to promote it. I can't say I'm not going to talk about it because I just spent a half hour talking about it.
And I'm sorry, but I just couldn't let it go, because if someone was coming to say, honestly, for the accusations of him using AI in his writing, or something like that, I could not let that fucking die. If somebody was using you or C of using AI, I could not let it fucking die. And Anna,
I mean, honestly,
a beautiful soul who's like helpful.
I mean, honestly, it's like, if anybody even accused me of that shit, I would just grab a sketchbook and I go, oh, all right. All right. What was that? Didn't Tim Burton did a movie? Big Eyes, I think it was. Something like that, right? Where the husband, this is again stealing the old-fashioned way. The wife was the one who did all the paintings. Yes, oh, hey, Russ. AI can suck a big bag of dicks. I think someone famous said that. Yes.
Yes.
Russ Leach said it. Russ Leach. Oh, by the way, Russ Leach and Randy Zimmerman have a new book out on Fund My Comic called The Shadow Kingdoms. Right. And it is an actual Robert E. Howard story in the public domain that they created a faithful adaptation of.
Right.
And it's on Fund My Comic right now. I guess it's like we could find the link.
I got it.
You got it? Okay. And then we could put it in the chat. So yeah, so if you want to see some lovely artisanal human-made artwork
and writing,
mind you, yeah, it's like based on Robert E. Howard's work, because it is in the public domain, and this is the intention of public domain, for people to create works like this, not fucking feed it into an AI. Yes, so go support their book on Fund My Comic right now, because yeah, so yes, human made people. So yeah,
these guys are not your friends,
right?
Pentacon obviously hates real artists,
right,
and hates to admit they're wrong.
Yeah,
can't issue an apology without throwing their own under a bus.
Right,
created an entire shitstorm and shit show, and then tried to defame and ruin the career of an actual artist.
Right.
Fuck
although
those guys.
although that would have real. I mean, like I said, she was so confident she just literally just like here. You know, it's like try again. I mean, and here's the ironic, not even ironic, right? Because it's like, look, we use, without even really thinking about it, we use AI already, whether we know it or not.
Oh, absolutely.
What do you think Grammarly is, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's like we went to see Dune the other night. Beautiful movie. The second part. Beautiful.
Perfect.
No, exactly. Russ says, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's good or if it's legal, if it's moral. I don't want AI art. I want human art. Yeah, exactly.
Period.
Exactly. I don't want shit made by robots unless it's an IKEA desk. Unless, it's like, I mean, really, it's like, that's what robots are for. Jake goes, I got accused the other day of writing a lengthy comment unedited and it being GPT prompted formula. I laughed and almost said he ought to kiss my Super Bowl ring. You know what? I'm going to use that from now on. Kiss my Super Bowl ring. Now, so we went to see Dune the other day. Beautiful movie. Beautiful. Right. I mean, if you really are, we watched, and then last night we watched the David Lynch version. And it just made me appreciate everything even more. As a huge fan of the books, only up until Chapter House, though. I don't read any of the stuff that comes after Herbert's death. And even then, Chapter House, I had to DNF it. Because it was partially written by his son, and let's just say the talent didn't pass on. Let's just say that.
Should have put Daddy's name in a generator.
They had a commercial, right, where they show all these people at a foreign. Actually, it was Thailand at a Thai airport, and you see all the tourists panicking. They're trying to talk with the locals, the taxis. Nobody can figure anything out, right? And then this guy, of course, the one guy comes out all confident, right? And he talks into his phone, and it does a real-time translation of what he's saying to the to I guess like the taxi driver he hired. And the taxi driver, oh, I'll be right. Like the guy says in English, it's like, oh, I'm in a gray shirt. It's like I just came out of terminal, whatever, right? And then they automatically translated it to the driver. And then he says, and then the driver in Thai says, I'll be there in 8 minutes, and then it translates back.
Right.
So it turns out that Samsung had come up with their own AI to do like kind of like to be a communicator, where it's like you speak into it and it automatically translates. Now, the thing is, though, any translator I wouldn't trust completely, because after, especially when you use Google Translate enough, I wouldn't trust. I wouldn't trust it to actually catch all the inflection of what I'm saying. So you kind of have to be very specific in what you're saying for the translation to work, right?
Right.
But the thing is, though, it says there. Oh, so it's something called Galaxy AI or something from Samsung. And it's like I'm in the theater, and I told Jose that is what AI is for. It's supposed to help us, not fucking replace us, and it's like
every social media platform, all the fantasy groups have become fucking AI generated. You have to, if there's no artist name, just assume it's AI until you run it through Hive.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, it's like, because I've been getting those groups on I've been getting those groups on Facebook, like fantasy love, like usually it has a very generic name, and then it has an incredibly generic image. 99% of the time it's all AI art. Like I literally came across a group that recommended a group that was like fantasy art lovers, and the shit was all AI.
Yep.
Block. That's what I do. Block. And the frustrating thing is that AI is a huge thing with authors, like either the authors are like ride or die for it because I can't afford an artist, only because you don't know how to shop, or they're like, if you use AI on your cover, there's no reason for me to think you're not using AI for your writing.
Amen.
And I'm in that camp, because everybody's saying that, oh, I can't afford an artist. It's like, yes, you can. You don't want to spend the money.
Right.
Because
they're all like worried about this time push to get the content out versus you got to spend money to make money, people. Yeah. If you want good art, you're going to have to pay for a good fucking artist. Right. You want to pay for that good artist, you have to earn the money to fucking pay them first.
It's
the like, investment and the investment in your future, your IP.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, look,
we're in a creative field. Okay. Right. Across the board, money sucks. Okay. I mean, it's like, look, we just had this whole thing about, you know what? Fuck it. Because you know what? The article's public too.
Do it, Daphne.
Scout Comics not paying their fucking creators. Okay.
Yes.
It's like publishers, do that shit. Across the board from traditional publishing to now. Okay. Money is tight across the board. That is not an excuse. You want shit done right, do it right. And doing it right means spending money. And if you need to do shit to spend money, i.e. get another job, it's like, oh, I don't know. So, it's like, you know what? I've seen authors.
I've seen people donate plasma to pay for art.
Look, there are authors who don't even use artwork at all. And they manage fine selling their books. So it's like, no, you don't need / you do not need.
You choose.
Yeah, you choose. Oh, and just for the record too, going back to Scout, not paying a creator is not an oversight.
No, it's not an oversight, a mistake, or a miscommunication.
No, that is a deliberate decision done by management, because for dollars for dimes, the motherfuckers who run the company got fucking paid.
Word.
Okay?
Word.
Do not let any company say paying you was an oversight. Never let them get away with that. Paying you was not an oversight. It was a decision. And I know that for a fact because the previous company that I worked for did exactly that. I literally walked in on a meeting with their accountant where they were literally talking about making people work overtime on the weekends and then not giving them that overtime.
How about that?
So no, it is not an oversight. Nobody signs up with a company to not get paid. The expectation is that if I give you my labor, it's supposed to be in exchange for that money. Yes. I don't not work as an oversight.
I mean, this has been the most hilarious fucking week, and not in a ha-ha way. Like, motherfuckers is crazy. Y'all all thieving liars and manipulating shit, and now you're trying to, the more you talk, the dumber you look.
Right, yeah. So it's like, honestly,
but keep talking because it's amusing me.
Right, because it's like, so the doctor prescription says, do not ever go to Pensacola.
Stay the fuck out of Florida because ain't Scout there too.
Just stay out of Florida in general.
And I'm picking because Florida's beautiful. I just spent a week in Miami on the beach, avoiding the people there, but looking at the ocean, and it was nice. Right. Daphne read me bedtime stories, and it was almost romantic, except it wasn't.
Right.
But whatever.
But speaking of bedtime
beware
stories,
of Florida in comics. Period.
Yeah. Okay? I mean, because Scout is in Florida too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my
and somebody else that's running their mouth, getting involved, talking shit, and kind of bullying Anna in a way is also from Florida. But I'm keeping that on the down low right now. But I'll gladly release the name of that printer in a little while.
Yeah, I mean, really. And it's like, and what they mad at? That she pointed out that the shit was AI?
Well, they're mad because they're trying to defend the con runners.
Nah. Eat shit. All of them can eat shit.
We gonna serve you a platter.
Yeah, I know exactly. A sandwich. Speaking of bedtime stories, though, so on happier news,
oh yeah,
non-GT, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, right.
Right. So I'm almost finished novelizing. It still doesn't sound like an actual word. Novelizing issue 8 of Eager Raven, Air the First Unicorn. Oh, no, issue 7. And for those of you who've read issue 7, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, I had to traumatize myself again.
I bet you did. You deserved it.
Yes. Absolutely.
I'm still mad, Lage.
I wrote it that way. And so I literally had to traumatize myself with the same scene like 3 or 4 times already. And here's the thing. In the novelization is actually a little worse.
Yes, Nicholas, she will be doing audiobook.
Yeah. I have I did the recording for Legend of the Silk Rose. I still have to edit it. I have to. I'm just trying to finish. Yeah, I just want to finish getting this chapter finished, and then I want to edit that so I can get that up. Oh, because it's funny because the other day there was a guy that I was following who actually put up an audiobook as well. He was reading, I think, like the first couple of chapters of The Hobbit. And he pretty much did exactly what I was planning on doing. Just had, unfortunately, though, he was using AI for the thumbnails. So it's like, fuck, can't escape this shit. But you have the static image, and then you just have people, and then it's like it's just me reading the story. So I know I'm on the right track with that. So yeah, so once I've finished novelizing this, then I'm going to edit that and then get that first one up there and see like, okay, let's see how this goes. Because that's also another controversy in prose spheres too, where you can now use AI to do an audiobook. And and it's like, again, and it's like, in voice, it's like, look, yes, voice acting is expensive. It's like it could start at $1,500. It can, and depending on how many people you get to do voices. I mean, what the Elf Quest audio drama costs like $200,000 to produce.
Amazing production, though. Everybody listen to it.
But it's like, look, as somebody, again, because it's not AI that's the problem, because technically I use an AI reader to read me back my story for me to catch things, because when you listen to it, you catch different things than when you read it. The problem is that the AI reader, it has no inflection whatsoever. It has no inflection. It has no sense of anything, of tone. It just reads it straight. And from what I've been hearing from people who have been accidentally buying AI audiobooks, because guess who else is not saying that it's AI, right? They're saying that it's awful because it's just reading it straight through. It's just a voice reading it straight through. There's nothing, and when you guys hear the audiobook that I just recorded, right, you're going to hear the difference between, like, run anything that you wrote. If you have Word for Windows, just do the read out loud option. Yeah. And you tell me if it's the same thing as somebody reading it to you. Absolutely not.
It's emotionless. It's dead.
Right. Exactly.
Names can't be pronounced.
Right. Names. There are words. No, there are words that for some reason it cannot get right for anything. I mean, and it's just just really,
And that was great. That was just greatness.
I mean, it was funny. Yes.
It was fucking hilarious.
It was funny. But the thing is, though, it's like, I mean, because you did have me think that you actually got voice actors, but then I was wondering, why did they pronounce these words so strangely?
Right.
That should have been the clue, because it's fucking AI. There's a lot of common words it cannot pronounce for some reason. Yeah. Yeah, that there was, like what word that on my thing does it keep? Oh, I forgot. There's a particular word. It drives me nuts that it cannot pronounce. And then it's like, depending on whether you're using plurals or singulars, it messes it up too. Like I literally had a sentence where it said that there was like a whole collection of ales and wines, right? And ale, it can singular, it can say properly. Ales, it says alias. It's like, you're fucking kidding me. Right?
Isn't that special?
Yeah. So, so when, and for those of you who are curious about my voice acting and voices and shit like that, because Nita got a taste of it. When I release this thing, you're gonna get to hear some of that, because there's a certain section where I got a little carried away. But I think I'm going to leave it in. Jake says, when I heard the Industrial Society audiobook read aloud by a bio and machine-enhanced protagonist of the cyberpunk game Deus Ex, I knew we were heading in a new dark comedy paradigm. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's going to be a way to combine the two, because I think, but look, like I said, until the initial issue is taken care of, it is not something I'm going to go out of my way to use, or even promote or anything. I mean, it's like, no, art is art. Art is human. Art is,
and that includes just the cover guys, because I've had a major issue in the group where the guys would like, I can't filter every single thing that comes into the group, but if a campaign catches my attention and I go to it and you're using even one cover, that's AI.
Yeah,
boom, I knock you out.
No. Yeah, when I'm looking through like novels,
and they're like, but it was just one cover. My interiors and my sequentials are art.
Don't care.
So
don't
I don't care.
Don't care. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in your campaign. Because I do that too. If I see one fucking piece of AI in there, you just killed it. You just killed it. Yeah. You know what? It's like, that's just you testing the waters. Not interested. But because of that nonsense though, because that they're flooding, especially the other thing that pisses me off is how they're flooding Google, like anything with AI art. I can't like Google search became useless to me.
Oh yeah, it's terrible now.
I think I must have spent several $100s worth of art books in the last couple of months just to make up for it. Like literally, I thought that I was done collecting art books, and now it's like it's the 80s and 90s again. And I'm just buying art books left and right, because it's like I cannot trust reference online anymore. And not that I don't know what AI art looks like. It's just that it's trash. It's useless. And you know what? And in the end, you have to be an artist to understand when I say that. But it's like, because so I'm excited because I was actually able to find, remember back in the day, there was this particular Boris Vallejo book that like everyone almost seemed to have. It was, I forgot the art. It was a Boris Vallejo. There was an art book and a how-to book that Boris Vallejo did. I mean, it's not as much of an how-to book as much as he just explains his process, Right. Well, if you want to start off, you know what? That's a good question. You know what? Let me show you something.
The how to draw books.
Right. So I just like just yesterday, I bought the latest, I think volume 7 just came out. This is the Etherington brothers. They have a campaign right now for volume 7 of this, but they're reprinting the previous books. They only print to order on their campaigns because there's no other way to get this book. So if you're interested, so what I like about the Etherington brothers is that they are so hyper specific as to what they're teaching you how to draw. Like whatever it is, if you think, it's like, if only I had reference for a character crawling, right? There you go. They have characters crawling. If I need, here, fairy wings, right? Look, I need fairy wings. That is like, you know what? What if, how do I draw ground? It's like, like they had one where they had a section that was just a pirate ships, how to draw pirate ships, how to draw a cartoon pig, how to draw basic cars, and he really like, get to some details with it. So I really liked, because it's really, really hyper specific. So I would recommend that. So it's How to Think When You Draw with Lorenzo, but it's by the Etherting brothers on Kickstarter right now. Like I said, volume 7 is out. Another book I would recommend, classic. I mean, your collection is not, if you're doing this and you don't have this book in your collection, How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. Look, bro, it's like standard. This is foundational if you're doing what we're doing. Foundational. And then we have this is the original book that Jose got me back when I was still in high school, when we first met. Dynamic Figure Drawing by Bern Hogarth. Like, I don't even have the dust jacket anymore, I mean, and again, it's like when you combine studying these two, magic happens, hey, Fred, so yeah, so that, those basic books, you want to start off, those would be the books that I would start off with. Other ones, I'm pretty sure these are still in print. Jack Ham, Drawing the Head and Figure is pretty good. And another Jack Ham, How to Draw Animals. This is, I mean, it's like these, look, yeah, okay, the artwork's from the 50s, but they're not wrong. I mean, it's like this type of foundation never goes out of style. Even if these books are from the 50s. Another one that's pretty good is anything by Andrew Loomis. A lot of artists reference this. You might have heard the Loomis method. A lot of artists reference these books, the Loomis books. What's funny was that he actually made perspective. There's a little trick with perspective that he does that actually kind of made it click for me. So he just teaches everything. It says here figure drawing, but he actually goes through a lot of basics in the beginning of the book. So anything by Loomis, I would definitely recommend. And last but not least, especially if you are doing what we are doing, it's not necessarily an art book, but I think is probably one of the most important books you can own, especially if you're doing comics, is The Essential Guide to Comic Book Lettering by Nate Pecos. He is the founder of Blambot. And you can also, and he also offers up all these fonts that you can purchase, but he also has a ton of fonts that you can also get for free from his website as well. So there's no excuse. He does both, and honestly, I think that he creates the better fonts and the more affordable fonts if you need to buy it as well. So like I said, ton of free fonts. The font that I use on Eagle Raven is one of his free fonts called Back Issues, and I love it. It's like it works for me. Jose likes another one called Cubert. It's like, yeah, it's Cubert. He uses Cubert. I use Back Issues. So So if you want to like start off with basics like that, I would start off with those books, yeah. and actually that made me pretty glad that I set up my bookshelf the way I did, because now I can actually grab the books when I need them. So and here's the thing too, that a lot of people, that a lot of people tend to forget when it comes to You know what? It's not, you know what? No, regular people who are not artists don't, they either forget it or they don't realize it at all. The joy in doing artwork isn't necessarily the finished piece. It's how we get to the finished piece that makes the finished piece worth it. If we just wanted to churn out, you see, because that's the thing with these AI guys. They just think that we're just jealous of not being able to churn out, whatever it is. It's like, oh, you can't do artwork, in the time it takes you to do one piece, an AI could have done thousands. Okay, thousands of what? It's like just shit for you to scroll past. That's not what we do. It's like, no, I'd rather do that. Joe Kubert. Thank you, HR. Kubert. I would rather do one piece that utilizes, yeah, exactly. The Loomis book is really popular. Will Eisner's Understanding Comics, just to warn everybody, that's more of an academic book rather than a how-to book. So pick up the book, but understand that it's not really a how-to book as to, like the way the other ones are. Like I said, it's more of kind of like academic theory rather than a how-to book. Yeah, I would rather do one really good piece at the best of my ability at the time than crank out 1,000 AI pieces that have nothing to do with nothing. Like, it's just trash. It's kind of like shopping on Temu. It's like, it's literal garbage you're buying. It's literal garbage. You use it once and then you throw it out. And it's like, and you know what? And it's like, and in the end, it's like, I'm really not, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm not concerned for me. When it comes to this, I am very, it's funny. It's literally when discussing AI, it is the one time my imposter syndrome never comes up. And it's like, no, fuck you. I'm an artist. I'm good at what I do. I'm proud of the artwork that I do. And it's like, I don't give a shit. If some, if some chud can type in a couple of words, and do a glorified Google search. That's the funny thing. It's like, am I going to do a Google search? Oh, look at all the shit that I found on Google. It's like, that's what essentially, these idiots with their AI shit. It's like, oh, look, I did a Google search. That's what you did, right? I mean, it's like, yeah. So okay. So here we are, past the top of the hour, and this is why you don't get me to talk about AI.
But also, before you start closing out, everybody, please go to the Penthacon Facebook page, as well as Anna Zhou's ZHOU's Facebook page, to see this back and forth. Don't let them just sweep this under the rug, and don't be silent, because the way they are treating their creators or creators in general is fucking insane. No, Chad, don't hiss and boo at them. I'm not saying go and harass them, but go and see.
God, corny, lame, boo, tomato, I'm throwing tomatoes.
I'm not saying go and harass them or throw tomatoes at them. but see for yourself the bullshit. Check out the Panda Girl, Bad Panda Studios, or whatever. See for yourself. You'll come to your own conclusion. We shouldn't be supportive of this shit. And if these are convention runners that are running comic cons,
right,
I think sometimes silence and turning away is just the best thing you can do.
I mean, it's like, look, it's like we all complain about how comic conventions are no longer comic book conventions, right? And it's all about celebrities,
and this one has proven
Z-list
they
actors, and it's like, So now we're getting to a point where comic conventions are just turning into, the artists. Yeah, it's like that the artists don't matter either.
Well, if we have all these prompted images, that means that we need less actual artists at the table because we could just sell these fucking prints that were generated and just be cool.
Right. Yeah.
So, like,
look,
yes,
and
you have more floor space for more hobbits. Fucking for fuck's sake. And nothing against the hobbits, man. Fucking I love Lord of the Rings. They were great.
Right.
Elijah
but it's like
fucking all the motherfuckers. Yeah, fuck.
No,
yeah.
I was at a San Diego Comic-Con where they were all there. Madhouse, absolute madhouse.
I'm sure. Good for them.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Good for them. Hey, look, they're not
the con runners.
Yeah, exactly. But no, this was a ridiculous yeah, so don't go to Pensacola. Don't go. And
also stick to self-publishing unless you're getting the deal of a lifetime.
Yeah, that's true too. That what? It's like that'll be a conversation for another day. Definitely. Because you know what? Because like the more I think about it, it's like, yeah. Yeah, I know, right? So it's kind of like a nightmare scenario. And then when a Comic-Con just turns into celebrities and people selling AI art, it's like, great.
That's cute.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. So I guess it's kind of pointless to ask if you have any final thoughts on this, huh?
Bro, I could go another hour.
You had final thoughts, first thoughts, second thoughts.
Second final thoughts.
You had all the thoughts.
All the thoughts. I mean, and I take it personal. My husband is an artist. My best friend is an artist. But most importantly, my daughter is an artist. She is an amazing artist. I can't just roll over on my belly and be like, this is fine for her and her future.
Right.
Like, I hate this shit. I hate this shit with a fucking passion. Don't you dare say you represent artists and then generate shit and want accolades. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's my final thought.
Isn't that the funny thing about it? Isn't that the funniest thing? They just want to do a Google search and then get pat on the head for doing that. It's like you stupid. You talk about completely missing the point of doing art altogether. But hey, if they knew what art is, they wouldn't be defending this shit as it is. Like I said, as it is, until that shit gets fixed, man. But you know what? You know what? No matter what, though, no matter all you AI chuds out there, be mad. Be mad that I can doodle and find joy in this.
And be mad that we're not going to shut the fuck up about what a piece of shit you are.
Yeah. But really, that's what it all boils down to. Be mad that I can doodle and find joy that you can't. So. Oh my goodness. So I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us in the chat for this episode of the Rage Into the Vlog show. Look at that. Hopefully we will not have to talk about this again for a while. Oh my goodness. And thank you so much to my beautiful eyeball people joining us from Regions Beyond. Thank you so much for spending this we're almost at the 15-minute mark. So it's like I said, my schedule is very off now. So it's like I have to figure this out. So if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and all my upcoming campaigns and all that fun stuff, human art done by humans.
What?
Artisanal.
Nobody writes and draws anymore.
Artisanal artwork and artisanal writing. You can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. But I mostly post to Facebook if you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress and whatever updates I may have at that moment. And also catch me on YouTube as well for videos and my semi-weekly, I promise this time, Wednesday, I will going to have a live stream where you get to see me work on artwork live, al vivo. Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern for 2 hours from 4 to 6 p.m. Where it's like, where I'm just working on whatever it is I need to work on at that time. We're talking in the chat. We're going back and forth. We're having a good time. It's kind of like a convention without me having to sit next to the guy who just ran photos of stills through Photoshop filters. Swear to God, you know what? That sucked when that was happening too, you know? So it's like, yeah, so we're going to have a good time. So Wednesday, join me this Wednesday, you know, for my drawing live stream. We'll have a good time. Also, remember, you can read Eager Raven, Air the First Unicorn for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales. That's TAILSonline.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears in the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on this rather dreary Monday of Mondays, but you know, we got through it. Well, even though it's just past noon, it's time for lunch, people. you know. So thank you so much. Like I said, I'll see you again Wednesday for my live stream, and then we'll see you again on Friday, where we'll talk about whatever it is that we think about at the time. So, you know, we make this up as we go along, you know. So thank you so much again. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, not run shit through an AI, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Holy shit, did this really prove that, didn't it? Ooh. You never have to fake any of your accomplishments. So thank you so much again. Remember, human artists, arts by humans, you know, that because that's just what we are. You guys know what I'm talking about. We'll see you next time.
Valar Morghulis.
Valar Duhairis.